All right, let's bring in tonight's political panel, Nationals Senate Leader Bridget McKenzie and Labor MP for Parramatta, Andrew Charlton. Welcome to you both. Bridget, news today that Qantas Chairman Richard Goyder will be stepping down. Do you think this is going to make a noticeable difference?
Well, it absolutely will. The share market will be watching Mr Goyder's move. He's obviously got a lot of experience, but the share price has been going in the wrong direction as a result of not just his leadership, the board more generally, and particularly the former CEO, Alan Joyce. Qantas needs to restore its reputation to its loyal customers, its staff, its shareholders and the broader public. We need a smooth transition of board and management positions to actually restore that reputation so Qantas can once again be an airline all Australians can be proud of.
I mean, Andrew, Alan Joyce as CEO, he got a lot of the blame publicly for all of Qantas's many failings this year. But do you think Richard Goyder is just as much to blame?
Well, ultimately, Richard Goyder and the board are accountable to Qantas's owners and investors. And that's why Mr Goyder has announced his retirement today and that retirement will take effect next year. I think Mr Goyder is trying to get a balance between accountability for Qantas's mistakes and also providing stability at a time when Qantas has already had its CEO depart and some other senior leaders leave the business. So I think that's what's behind the announcement today of a retirement announced now but not taking effect for another year.
All right, let's talk about The Voice. It's quite amazing that we've got to this point. It's Wednesday. The Voice referendum is on Saturday, 3 days out. According to the Resolve strategic poll for the Sydney Morning Herald, support for The Voice among Indigenous groups has fallen. But according to this poll, it is still in the majority. Apparently, it's 59% are in favour. Bridget, this is much lower than the Prime Minister's often quoted 80%.
Exactly. I mean, so I'm not going to commentate on the Prime Minister's statistics that he's using. I can tell you I've been on pre-poll today, up and down Wodonga Main Street in my no T-shirt and getting a lot of quiet nods from a whole spectrum of local community members here in regional Victoria. So I do think whether it's the Indigenous Australians voting figures or more broadly, the fall of support for The Voice is because people haven't been able to understand, the government's been unwilling to explain, and Australians are rightfully, quietly, in their own respectful way, saying no right across the board. And that's just been my experience out on the booths today.